What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel for another market update. I hope everybody's having a lovely day. And with that being said, let's get into the TA. So I want to let you guys know that I'm recording this at 11:23 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is different from when I normally record these, which is anywhere from 2 to 3 p.m. That allows us to get get most of the data for the day in these videos. But I don't think much is going to be changing by the end of the day. And I think I'm not going to say I think we're at a turning point because I don't have anything showing me like, hey, this specific level, this is where you bounce. All right, we had that level. That level was the other day. That was QQ's gap fill at 268.56. This dark green because we already bounced off it, filled that bad boy. So that was your last level. Like, we are mid cliff fall right now. But I'm gonna show you guys the current setup because blood is in the streets, and I think it is very obvious what is going to be taking place. So yeah. All right. So let's get right into it. We're gonna start off with the daily time frame. We're just gonna do our normal TA here. We're gonna start off for a few minutes with that, and then we're going to just jump into the overall setup and what my thoughts are. All right. I have a few specific thoughts that are adding to this ideal setup that I have in my mind here. So that is what we're going to be going over. But yeah, starting with the normal technicals that we cover here each and every day, you have your daily CCI hinged down, you have your stochastic crossing down, your RSI is hinging down, heading in hot for that 30 level, where I do think we are going to be getting a bullish divergence that is going to be marking the bottom. All right, so I don't think we are going to get there yet. I don't think bottom is close. I do not. So just saying, guys, it is likely that we do take our time going down here. All right, SPY looks the exact same as QQQ. You have your CCI hinged down, stochastic is crossing down, RSI is hinged down. But I will say QQ did end up breaking its previous minor low here, and we did end up forming a new one, whereas SPY and SPX did not do that. What did DIA do? DIA and IWM followed SPY instead of QQ and held their minor low there. Let's see what Mr. VIX is doing. Mr. VIX came back up and filled its gap. So I did have a line here earlier this morning. It was 21. What is that? The low is 21.35. So we did end up filling that gap. VIX's gaps fill 100% of the time. SPY's is pretty close to that. Individual stocks, no gaps have. There's no probability there that a gap will be filling. But on indices, there's an 80% chance of gaps getting filled. And then on VIX, there's a 100% chance of gaps getting filled. And this gap was filled, and I do believe we're going to be waiting down here. We're going to let the S&P 500 cycle back up, or not cycle back up, because when I'm talking about cycles, this is when I'm talking about cycles, it actually does apply to any time frame. But recently, when I have been saying it recently, I have been talking about, hey, this is the main cycle. This is the weekly cycle that we had. You had one cycle up, cycle down, cycle up, cycle down. All right, but in reality, you can do that on any time frame with your oscillators. But yeah, I would not be surprised to see a bounce start happening because hey, all right, first of all, let's just look at this. So this is something I was noticing, all right? This is something I noticed. So VIX's CCI is in the exact same spot or not the exact same spot, but you're right there with SPY, all right? So which one is going to be the one that gets this rip, all right? Or at least which one's going to go first, because they're both going to cycle back up, but which one is going to be moving first? Now, in my mind, it makes perfect sense for SPY to come back down here into deeply oversold territory here. Maybe we form maybe we have another red day and we end up forming, but I am going to talk about that. I don't think we are going to be having another red day after this, but it can happen. But if we do have another red day, that's just another thing suggesting, hey, you're going to get that counter trend move. We never got the counter trend move. You had one day of this, all right, which I will tell you guys, this is exactly why I was telling you guys, I am nervous to be holding these calls. I was really hoping we got that gap fill so I'd have my exit on the calls I would do that. And I told you guys, like, I'm conservative here because these levels don't have to be hit and they can flip the switch on you. And these counter trend rallies can end in an instant. And boom, you're trapped. And what is your boy right now? Your boy is trapped. All right. Your boy, I mean, I'm not going to be selling. I did actually end up adding, I think it was about an hour ago, I ended up adding to those. I added for December 30 expiration. Now, here's a golden rule though. All right. So after this time, just know that like your boy will not even be attempting to do what he did the last few days. So golden rule number 1 on Henry's list of golden rules for trading. Do not play a counter trend move. That's it. All right. Just don't play it. I literally told you guys, I think it was on this day right here, or it was the first day we came down and filled that gap. Or no, over on QQ. So it was this day. Because it was the day, or it was this day. Yes, the first day we came down and filled the gap. Right? My apologies. But I told you guys that I don't recommend anybody do what I'm trying to do because it is frustrating. And well, I said yesterday in yesterday's video, I told you guys that it is just rather frustrating trying to play these. And all in all, I would have been just so much better off just not trying to play at all. Now, I mean, yesterday I would have had a little extra money there to play the next move with for the next leg down, resuming the downtrend. I would have had more money to play that with, just a little bit more money. But today, no, I will say, now I'm left with less money than I had before I tried playing the counter trend move. So, like, who won in the end? Dealers won, all right? So, what is the lesson here? Just don't even try and play the counter trend moves. There's so much money to be, like, just so much money, all right? Elliott Wave has 3 impulsive moves that you can play, all right? There's no need to play these in-betweeners right there. There's just not a reason to. Yet, I tried. I told you guys that, hey, this is the exact thing I was scared about, us coming up to one of these gap fills and just slightly missing it, and then boom, you resume the selling. But I do not think we are just going to keep selling off before having this counter trend move, all right? And it's because we just have a lot of factors right now suggesting like, hey, like we should be getting a bounce before, like, again, like you just need to see just some room for sellers to step back in right now. I mean, you can keep going down, but like we're probably going to have 2 more red days if that is going to be the case here. And then we're going to have a rather large counter trend rally that's going to come all the way back up here. All right. So like it really is one or the other. Like you can keep falling here, but it's not going to be you're not going to get that. All right. You're going to have a counter trend rally sooner rather than later. And yeah, I was expecting you to just start taking off and going. I didn't think you would end up pulling back like this, but the counter trend is still what I'm waiting for a re-entry on puts. All right. So that is that. All right. So let's look at the 4-hour time frame on SPY QQ and VIX, and this is going to also show you guys something that is taking place. We are making this new low here on QQ, but we are making a higher high on our CCI. We have a bullish divergence now on our CCI, and you also have one on your RSI right here. You also have a bullish divergence. All right, so if that bullish divergence on the RSI isn't going to be nullified, which I don't think it will be, then we're going to be bouncing relatively soon. So right around where we are right now. All right. But again, no crystal ball. I have no idea. Like we don't have a level now to be bouncing off of. You can come down here to 263. But like just look at where you are right now. You have fallen off your cliff. All right. And by the way, guys, throwback to when we were prepping Saul to fall off the cliff when we were up here. We were literally just bouncing up here. I told you guys this was your last spot to bounce before falling off a cliff, and then it was this day right here. Yeah, we ended up bouncing before falling off the cliff and getting another short opportunity right there. So that was just absolute sexy right there. Absolutely sexy. Very beautiful. But yeah, I'm still expecting you to end up coming up, and I don't know if you end up flipping that on QQ, but I am still expecting that to happen on SPY. I'm still expecting to come up, and I don't know if you come up and fill this gap, but I think you are probably going to be seeing sellers step in here and seeing sellers step in there, and it's one of them. You're going to end up seeing this thing turn down, but I'm going to show you guys something in a sec that I just needed to go see for myself because, like, hey, this is literally opening up the doors for a massive short squeeze, so why not? But yeah, all right. So QQ, we already covered QQ and SPY on your 4-hour time frame there. Let's see where we are looking on the hourly time frame. All right. And look at that, guys. You are deeply oversold on your hourly CCI here. It does look like you are going to keep going down and form a bullish divergence. Maybe you get a bounce, maybe you continue down to form a bullish divergence that will go along with this bullish divergence we have here on the 4-hour time frame. So that is something to take note of. 15 and 30-minute time frames both have your bullish divergences going on. So at some point, guys, this move, this isn't the start to an explosive move down. This is them trying to, in my personal opinion, all right, again, no crystal ball, so I could completely eat my words tomorrow, but this is a bear trap. All right, I'm pretty positive that this is going to be a bear trap, and we're going to end up continuing high. Well, not continuing higher because the trend is down, but we're going to continue on with the counter trend rally tomorrow. But like I said, like, we can keep falling. It's just like you're not going to fall much more. All right. And also where VIX and SPY is right now with these with where your daily CCI is, you're at the same exact spot. All right. You are literally at the same spot right now with your daily oscillators, which just means one's going to go first. All right. And then personally, with the current setup with SPY already coming down into this oversold region right here, all right, it would make sense for SPY to run and VIX to come down, and maybe now VIX ends up making it down here where we came over here. All right, so we come a little deeper down into the oversold territory there. We actually didn't even come into it yet. Well, again, SPY gets to rally back up. There we go. We have more room again, so we'll come back up here. We'll have more room to then fall to the downside. We'll have a move like that, and then we have more room to make that move down there. All right, and that, personally, to me, this is just what makes sense. All right, you have the oscillators in the same exact spot. They move opposite to each other. All right, and like they both continuously set each other up. So I mean, that really is the, like, in my personal opinion, this is the likely scenario for VIX and SPY here. We see, well, for the daily CCI, we see VIXs end up coming down here. All right, well, SPY goes up there, and that would set everybody up for that January sell-off that everyone has been expecting. Everyone's been talking about it for like the last 2 to 3 weeks. All right, everyone is expecting one massive move down. Well, I mean, personally, guys, it makes perfect sense for them, the dealers, to shake the living crap out of any put holders with what I'm going to show you guys right now. We got this right here. All right, like, what the heck is this bad boy? This is the highest it's been all year, guys. Let's see, the highest has been in 5 years. Highest has been in 5 years, guys. All right. I don't know if this is a glitch. I have no idea. It very well could be. But to me, all right, this kind of makes perfect sense with the current setup we have right here. All right. So I'm not saying off of any specific level you start getting this massive short squeeze. I'm not saying that at all. But we are in a bear market, and traditionally there's the Christmas rally. So a bunch of honestly, I'm not even going to say traders. A bunch of investors are probably thinking like, oh, I'm going to outsmart the market here. Let's short the Christmas rally because there's not going to be a Christmas rally. It's going to be this sell-off that we're seeing. I mean, look at it this way, all right? If you didn't know what we know here on this channel, all right, if you didn't just know how to look at your radar, would you not look at this and then see this and be like, oh, shit, that's the start of that? All right. I mean, if I didn't know what I know, I probably would be thinking that. I'd probably be like, oh, look at that. That thing's bearish as hell, which definitely is bearish as hell. So keep that in mind. Like, keep in mind where we are. Now, I will say the weekly stochastic here, it was crossing up yesterday. I included it in my my update on Webull, which, by the way, guys, the updates will actually also be on Instagram now. So that is something I'm going to be building that up. I'm going to be, not this video. Well, you know, actually, I got no reason not to do in this video. I don't have the Instagram fully set up yet. But I will finish setting up what I need to do today, and then right after this video, and then I will put that in the link in the description. I will put the link down in the description below, so you guys can get the Twitter link and the Instagram link right down there, so you guys get the written updates and trade alerts, just direct access. So there's that. But yeah, you completely stopped these from crossing. You were crossing yesterday. Now you are not. You were crossing on all major indices. And now you are, yeah, I mean, you see what happened. This thing, yeah, this took a turn for the worst here, right before the weekly close. So there was that. But hey, this is exactly what I was telling you guys. Like, the surprises in a downtrend, they're gonna be to the downside. This is why I was like kind of terrified to be holding on to my calls yesterday when I was recording yesterday's videos. I remember telling you guys, I was like, I really don't want to be holding these calls. Like, I really hope we go up and get the gap fill at 387. What was it? 387.50 something. 387.89. We literally just came so short of that. All right, we went to 387.41. Hashtag tight. All right, guys. So I think that is pretty much it. I think we covered everything. Yeah, I think that is pretty much it. Just so you guys could see it one more time. That bad boy. I don't know if this thing updates after market hours. So maybe we're seeing what happened 2 days ago. All right, or maybe this is yesterday's data. I have no idea. All right. I don't know, but either way, this is what I got, and yeah, I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace.